What is this snake, O Lord? Return me to do good deeds from your Lord. What is your religion? Who is the prophet who was sent to you? The grave is on fire. Open for me, I am alive. Do not leave me. I am suffocating. There are many snakes. Why does no one answer me? But before that, if you love the messenger of God, click like and subscribe to the channel. Ask your Lord for forgiveness in the comments. Know that Satan may prevent you when this young man died. His deeds were bad. He did not pray or do good deeds. Rather, he committed sins and was disobedient to his parents. When he entered the grave, he felt that he was alive. When they closed the door of the grave on him, he stood up and sat upright and kept shouting and saying, I am alive. Do not leave me and go away. But no one heard him because he was in the world of Barzakh, and he thought that they heard him. Then he sat on the ground crying. After his family left in front of the grave, suddenly something strange happened. The grave began to narrow on him and squeeze him tightly, very painfully. He kept screaming, but no one saved him. Suddenly, 2 angels appeared to him. The 2 angels looked very frightening because of bad deeds. He was terrified by the scene. They asked him the 3 most important questions that determine the fate of a person in the afterlife. They asked him, Who is your Lord? What is your religion? Who is the prophet who was sent to you? But he could not answer because of the horror of the scene and because of his bad deeds. The angels were sure that he was among those who incurred wrath and were astray. Then they struck him with an iron hammer. Suddenly, a snake appeared with a very terrifying appearance called the Brave Bald One. When he saw the snake, he kept screaming, but to no avail. The snake approached him and struck him with a blow so strong that it sank him 70 cubits into the earth. He kept screaming and the snake was torturing him. Suddenly, the grave caught fire and became like a pit of fire. Terrifying snakes spread around him. Then he kept screaming and raising his hand to God. O Lord, return me. I will do good and do everything that pleases you. In a loud voice he said, O Lord, save me. He woke up from his sleep and it was a nightmare. He was still alive among his family. He remained sitting on his bed in a state of astonishment and fear from this nightmare. His body was trembling. He did not believe that he had returned to the world again and that this was nothing but a nightmare. This young man remained in a state of shock for several days and decided to do everything good and leave all the sins he had been doing. He went to the mosque to pray, cry, and supplicate to God to forgive him and pardon him. This young man continued to do good and help the poor and continued to pray. One day he became very tired and went to the doctor, who told him that he had a serious illness and unfortunately his days in life were numbered. The young man was shocked by the news and remembered the nightmare when he was in the grave. He went to the imam of the mosque to ask him how to protect himself from the torment of the grave. He answered him, first, to constantly seek forgiveness, as God says in the Quran, and God would not punish them while they seek forgiveness. Second, to recite Surah Al-Mulk, as it was mentioned in the hadiths, that this surah saves from the torment of the grave. Third, prayer, as the Muslim is a protector and a veil from torment. Fifth, continuous supplication and supplication to God for protection and mercy. He actually did all of this, and the awaited day came and he died. This young man, this time it was not a nightmare, and he actually died, and when he entered the grave, the surprise was that he was calm after they closed the grave on him, and he was sleeping, and he felt happy. And when those who were burying him left, he did not call them, and he was not afraid. And in peace, 2 angels appeared to him. His appearance is beautiful and smiling. And they ask him, Who is your Lord? And he says with enthusiasm and happiness, My Lord is Allah. And they smile and say to him, What is your religion? And he says with pride, The religion of Islam. And they say to him, Who is the prophet who was sent in it? and he responds with confidence and joy, "My prophet is our master Muhammad. May God bless him and grant him peace." And at that time, his grave lights up with light and turns into a garden of the gardens of paradise. And this young man is very happy and does not want to return to the world because of the beauty of what he sees. And the angels tell him that your Lord loves you and has sent you a warning before he takes your soul. And it is through this nightmare. And you actually responded and preached and saved yourself from this torment, because it would have actually happened to you if you had continued in your first life, in which you did nothing but evil. And now you are one of the people of paradise, and one of those about whom God said, "There is no fear upon them, nor do they worry. They grieve." And the young man was very happy with what they told him and thanked his Lord. We all learn from this story that the opportunity for change is always there, and that good deeds are the path to happiness in this world and the hereafter. O Allah, we seek refuge in you from the torment of the grave, the torment of hell, and the trials of life and death. Wait for us in the second part to learn together what will happen to him on the day of resurrection, and how Allah will save him from the horrors of the day of resurrection, and about his first days in paradise. O Lord, gather us with your Prophet and beloved Muhammad. May God bless him and grant him peace in paradise. O Allah, save us and accept good deeds from us. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and activate the bell button on the channel as we gather for the love of the Messenger of God.